Hello everyone, welcome to the online session of science. Today I am going to start your second chapter, which is about health and hygiene. So, what do you mean by the health? Health is a state of complete physical and mental well-being. To stay healthy, we should have a balanced diet, protect ourselves from diseases, exercise regularly, maintain a hygiene, and take adequate rest and sleep. Now, I shall tell you what do you mean by the nutrients. Food contains some essential substances. That substances are known as nutrients. Our food contains generally 5 main nutrients. They are carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. It also contains roughage and water. Actually, what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate gives us a lot of energy to work and play. There are generally two types of carbohydrates, sugar and starch. Cereal, fruits, corns, potato, honey are some sources of carbohydrate. Fat. Like carbohydrate, fats also gives us a energy. In fact, fats gives more energy than the carbohydrate. Vegetable oil, milk, butter, ghee, cheese, cream and dry fruits are some sources of carbohydrate. But remember one thing, eating too much fat can be harmful. Fat and carbohydrate both gives us energy, and that's why fat and carbohydrates are known as energy giving food. Now protein. We need protein for building of muscles and for repairing the worn out tissues. Proteins are called the bodybuilding food. Milk and its product, chicken, fish, egg, pulses and soybean are rich in protein. Vitamins. Vitamins helps in our body to fight against the disease and keeps us healthy and fit. Fruit, eggs, fish, green leafy vegetables are some sources of vitamins. Minerals. Minerals also keeps our body healthy and fit. They strengthen the bones and muscles and maintain the normal functioning of the body. Iron, calcium, iodine, phosphorus are some important minerals. Vitamins and minerals are known as protective food. Remember that vitamins and minerals are called the protective food because they protect our body from the various diseases. Now, roughage and water. So, what is roughage? Actually, roughage are the fibers present in the food. They help us to get rid of undigested food. Some sources of roughage are whole grains, cereals, green vegetables and fruits. Water is an important component of our body. Almost 2/3 of our body is made up of water. Water helps in removing our body waste through sweat and urine. It also helps in temperature regulation. Generally, we should have to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. Now, what is balanced diet? A diet that contains right proportion of different nutrients, roughage and water needed for healthy functioning of the body is known as balanced diet. Generally, foods of balanced diet are divided into 4 groups. First is cereal group. This group contains food like rice, chapati, bread, which are rich in carbohydrate and minerals. Second is vegetables and fruit group. It contains fruits and vegetables which are rich in minerals, vitamins, roughage and carbohydrate. Milk groups. This contains milk, cheese and curd which are rich in protein, fat and minerals. Protein group. It generally contains foods like meat, fish, egg, beans, nut, peas which are rich in protein and fats. Preserving nutrients of the fats. So how can we preserve the nutrients of the fats? Fruit and vegetables eaten raw should be washed properly to make them free from dust and chemicals. Food should be cooked with care so that its nutrients are not lost. Overcooking destroys the nutrients of the food. So remember it, overcooking destroys the nutrients of the food. Raw and cooked food should be stored properly, otherwise they get spoiled. And Food can be stored in refrigerator for few days and in deep freezer for several weeks. Other method of preservation of food are dehydration, canning, salting, sweetening, pickling, and adding preservatives. Now, diseases. What do you mean by the disease? A disease is a condition in which our body or a part of body is not a part of body does not function properly. So what is disease? A disease is a condition in which our body or a part of body does not function properly. Generally, there are diseases are two types: non-communicable disease and communicable disease. Non-communicable disease, disease that do not spread from one person to another, are known as non-communicable disease. And now I shall tell you about some deficiency diseases. At first, marasmus. Marasmus is caused due to the deficiency of protein, carbohydrate, and fat. What are the symptoms of marasmus? The child becomes very thin, and the skin can be seen all over the body. The ribs of the child are also visible. Kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor, it is caused by the deficiency of proteins. What are the symptoms of kwashiorkor? The abdomen of child gets swollen and bulges out. The legs becomes thin. Anemia. It is caused for the deficiency of iron. What are the symptoms? Extreme fatigue, weakness, and pale skin. Now, goitre. It is caused due to the deficiency of iodine. What are the symptoms? Swelling of the thyroid glands present near the neck region. Then, improper development of bones and teeth. It is generally caused due to the deficiency of calcium and phosphorus. The symptoms are bones and teeth become weak and brittle. Night blindness. It is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin A. What are the symptoms of night blindness? A person cannot see in dim light. Now, beriberi. It is generally caused by the deficiency of vitamin B. So, beriberi is caused by the deficiency of vitamin B. What are the symptoms of beriberi? Skin becomes dry and scaly. Extreme weakness affects the nervous system and muscles. Scurvy. It is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin C. Swelling and bleeding of the gums are the symptoms of scurvy. Now, rickets. Rickets is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D. What are the symptoms of rickets? Bow legs and bending of the spine. Now we come communicable disease. What do you mean by the communicable disease? The disease that spread from one person to another is called communicable disease. There are generally three types of microorganisms: bacteria, virus, and protozoa. The disease is caused by the bacteria are cholera, pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid, plague, and meningitis. The disease is caused by the virus are common cold, flu, polio, chickenpox, measles, AIDS. And the disease is caused by the malaria are caused by the protozoa are malaria and dysentery. Spread of communicable disease. Communicable disease generally happens in the following ways: through air. When a sick person coughs, sneezes, or spits, germs are released into the air. When a healthy person breathes in the air, the germs enter his or her body and make him or her sick. Common cold, diphtheria, viral fever, whooping cough, tuberculosis spread through air. Through contaminated food and water. We know that germs comes through dust and insects like flies and cockroaches. Eating contaminated food and drinking contaminated water causes diseases. Diarrhea, typhoid, jaundice, cholera, and various digestive disorders spread through contaminated food and water. Through direct contact. When a healthy person comes in contact with an infected person, his or her clothing or other things used by him or her, he or she may get infected. Whatever disease can happen by this direct contact: chickenpox, ringworm, measles, and common cold. Spread through direct contact. Through insect, various blood-sucking insects such as mosquitoes and fleas can spread various diseases like malaria, dengue, and plague. Through damaged skin. Our skin acts as a protective covering and prevents the entry of germs. Once our skin gets damaged, germs can enter easily and cause diseases. Germs of tetanus enter our body through cut skin. Now we come prevention of the communicable diseases. The various ways to prevent the communicable diseases are: bath daily with soap and clean water to keep yourself clean. So you should have to bathe daily with soap and clean water to keep yourself clean. The house should be disinfected. So the house should have good ventilation and have windows and open spaces to get proper sunlight. Drinking water should be clean and pure. Your surroundings should be neat and clean. Garbage should always be kept in covered bins, and the children should be vaccinated properly against diseases like tuberculosis, diphtheria and hepatitis. Now, what do you mean by the vaccine? A small quantity of dead or weak germs of a disease which is introduced into our body orally or through blood to protect the body from that disease is known as vaccine. So one more time I am repeating this. What is vaccine? A small quantity of dead or weak germs of a disease which is introduced into our body orally or through blood to protect the body from that disease is known as vaccine. Some common vaccines are generally polio vaccine. It is used to prevent the polio. DPT vaccine, it is used to prevent diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. And MMR vaccine, it is used to prevent measles, mumps and rubella. What do you mean by the hygiene? Hygiene may be defined as good habits that ensure cleanliness and good health. To maintain the hygiene, we should wash our hands with soap and water before eating food and after going to the toilet. We should bath daily to remove dust, dead cells and germs from our body. We should brush our teeth twice daily. We should cut our nails regularly. Kitchen, floor, toilet and bathroom should be cleaned with disinfectants regularly. We should keep the food properly covered and we should keep our surroundings clean. Now, what is exercise? Actually, how does exercise helps us? You must have to remember one thing, that regular exercise is essential to remain healthy and fit. Exercise improves our blood circulation, digestion and tones up our muscle. So how does exercise helps us? Exercise improves our blood circulation, digestion and tones up our muscle. So after doing the exercise, you should have to take proper rest and sleep to relax your muscles, and also this adequate rest improves the proper functioning of the body. Now we come to the last point, that is posture. So what is posture? Posture is the position in which we hold our body when we sit, stand or move. So what is posture? Posture is the position in which we hold our body when we sit, stand or move. So what I have taught you today, a quick revision from the beginning. At first, I have taught you what is health. Health is a state of complete physical and mental well-being. Then I have told you that our food contains generally 5 nutrients: carbohydrate, fat, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Then I have told you about carbohydrates. Sugars and starch, generally 2 types of carbohydrates: cereal, foods, corns, potato, honey are the example of carbohydrates. Then fats, vegetables, oils, milk, butter, ghee, egg, cream, dry foods, these are the example of fats. And fats and carbohydrates are known as the energy giving food because they gives us energy. Protein, we need protein for building of the muscles and for repairing worn out tissues. Proteins are known as the bodybuilding food. Milk, chicken, fish, egg, pulses, soybean are the sources of proteins. Then vitamins help our body to fight against the diseases. Fruits, egg, fish, green leafy vegetables are the sources of vitamins. And minerals keeps our body fit and healthy. Green leafy vegetables, fruits, milk, egg and salt are rich sources of minerals. And remember one thing, that vitamins and minerals are also known as protective food because they protect our body from various diseases. Then I have told you roughage. So what is roughage? Actually, roughage are the fibers present in our body. And how roughage help us? Roughage help us to get rid of undigested food. And we should have to drink 6 to 8 glass of water every day. Then I have told you about balanced diet, a diet that contains right proportion of different nutrients, roughage and water needed for the healthy functioning of our body is known as balanced diet. Then I have told you preserving nutrients of the food. Then after that I have taught you, then generally there are two types of diseases, communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases are the diseases that do not spread from one person to another, and some example of non-communicable diseases are marasmus, kwashiorkor, anemia, goitre, night blindness, beriberi, scurvy and rickets. And what are the communicable diseases? The diseases that spreads from one person to another person is known as communicable diseases. Some example of communicable diseases are cholera, pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid, plague, common cold, malaria, dysentery, all. Then I have taught you how does the communicable diseases spread. So the communicable disease spread through air, through contaminated food and water, through direct contact, through insects and through damaged skin. After that I have told you how can we prevent the communicable diseases, and then I have taught you what is vaccine. So what is vaccine? A small quantity of dead or weak germs of a disease which is introduced into our body orally or through blood to protect the body from that disease is known as the vaccine. Then I have taught you about hygiene. So hygiene is actually defined as good habits that ensure cleanliness and good health. And then at last I have told you about exercise, adequate rest and posture. So what is posture? Posture is the position in which we hold our body when we sit, stand or move. So here your chapter ends, and that's all for today. Thank you everyone.